Pretty soon, flying cars would no longer be a myth after Elon Musk responded to a tweet where a car was seen hovering above the road. In fact, the eccentric Tesla owner admitted that the new Roadster will be able to achieve that. Of course, when you talk about Tesla, you're talking about a car manufacturing company that seems to be defying all odds and has successfully come up with technological innovations on a regular basis. A few years ago, the Tesla Roadster prototype made its debut, which was a little surprising because at that time, the company's main focus was on Model 3 production for the next few years, in addition to rolling out the electric semi-truck. The first Tesla Roadster was launched back in 2007, and in terms of hypercars, was a groundbreaking arrival. The base model guaranteed 244 miles on a full charge and came with an electric motor that could produce 248 horsepower and generate 2,000 pound-foot of torque. The chassis and body were based on Lotus Elise's architecture, and Lotus also provided motorless gliders for Tesla. The debut base model, an upgraded 1.5, promised 0 to 60 miles per hour in only 4.6 seconds. The Roadster generated a top speed of 125 miles per hour, and the base model started at $109,000. The 2.0 version had a 248 horsepower motor and produced 28 pound-foot of torque with a range of 244 miles. Little by little, Tesla continued adding more beef to its hypercar, and finally, the 2.5 Sport Edition started going from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, had an improved noise insulation apparatus, and a 7-inch optional touchscreen infotainment system. Today, Tesla is working on bringing back the Roadster and aims to be a massive improvement on the previous editions. Elon Musk is eager to continue his disruption of the automobile industry and has said that the new Roadster will have the ability to fly. Of course, it won't be able to fly into the future or the past like in Back to the Future franchise, but its cold gas propellant system will ventilate air at very high pressure, which would allow the car to at least hover above the ground and even glide a little. This wasn't the first time Musk had hinted at a flying Tesla. In 2018, Elon Musk revealed that the new Tesla Roadster will also have small rocket thrusters around it, which would improve acceleration, speed, handling, and even allow the car to become airborne. However, there are still question marks over how long the car would hover. The biggest issue is where will the car generate so much energy to keep it hovering above the ground? Another issue is that the air from the thrusters would escape quickly. The hovercraft tackles this issue by having a rubber pad around its base, which allows it to contain air pressure. Without such a base, it would be impossible to keep Tesla in the air for more than a few seconds. What seems to be more feasible here is to use thrusters to improve car performance. Many modern boats use this technology to improve their turning ability. A similar methodology can be used for cars so that tighter turns can be made faster or boost acceleration when needed. But the overall weight of the system is that main barrier, since it would make it difficult for the car to hover above for a lengthy period of time. When it comes to designing sports cars, makers normally try to keep the car as light as possible, so putting on the heavy gear inside the car to have constant bursts of air will, in theory, impact the car's speed on the road. But then again, it could be possible if Elon Musk has a trick up his sleeve. At present, Tesla's dream of a flying vehicle remains unrealistic. It is true that the car will be able to hover above the ground for a few seconds, but a stable and longer duration is out of bounds, for now. Then again, even if the Tesla Roadster manages to hover above the ground for a few seconds and drives like any normal hypercar would, and on top of that goes from 0 to 60 in a second as Musk has been saying, it would still be quite an achievement. This takes us to the hovering technology the Roadster will have. Since he can rely on the technological advances in rocket propulsion made by SpaceX, Musk has said that one of the Tesla Roadster variants, the SpaceX package, will have cold air thrusters that will allow a significant rise in performance. In a new interview with Joe Rogan, the CEO said that Tesla is really planning on incorporating this technology and making the vehicle hover. We are going to throw some rocket technology in that car. I want it to hover. We got to figure out how to make it hover without killing people. Not just that, Musk says that through this technology, the car might have a height limit on it. I thought maybe we could make it hover, but not too high. You make it hover like a meter above the ground or something like that. Something where if you plummet, you blow the suspension, but you are not going to die. Maybe 6 feet. You probably just put a height limit on it. Of course, you must be wondering if the car will be on the move while hovering. To this, Musk confirms that the Roadster will go pretty fast while hovering, but there will be a time limit attached to the experience. At the same time, Tesla Roadster aims to become the fastest electric car in the market. The top spot is currently occupied by Croatia-based car Rimac Navara. The startup has been on the rise in recent months and is even in talks to acquire Bugatti from the VW Group. The latest Navara is currently the fastest EV on the market, powered by 4 electric motors that generate 1,914 horsepower. This hypercar goes from 0 to 60 in only 1.85 seconds and can reach a top speed of 258 miles per hour. The car costs around $2.5 million, which is quite a lot. This is where the Roadster will be at an advantage whenever the second generation is officially announced. Tesla aims to make it the fastest EV on the planet, and at the same time wants to ensure that its production cost eventually goes down, thus offering customers a chance to own an affordable hypercar. Elon Musk is famous for his extravagant interventions, and he doesn't hold back on imagining technical solutions to back his craziest ideas. The SpaceX package, for instance, will not have 2 rear seats and instead will have a high-pressure tank. At the same time, Tesla is working on a future car that would be driven without a steering wheel and pedals. The company claims that this would be the most affordable electric car in the market and will cost around $25,000. The car is also going to be fully autonomous. However, the launch is not going to happen until 2023. But then again, when it comes to talking about Tesla's launch dates, the company has proven to be slightly notorious about timelines in recent months. Already, they are well behind their original schedule to deliver the Semi and the Cybertruck. This means that whatever new technology they're working on will be very much on the lower side of their priority list. It also boils down to the production capability of their factories. The company is already working on quickly launching the Giga Berlin plant, while there are also rumors circulating about another such production facility in China. Another thing that can further add more months to the Roadster plan would be the global shortage of components. Tesla is, however, finding a way around it, with the company set to start producing its own batteries in-house. The Semi's delay has largely been attributed to not having enough battery units, and until they don't have a dearth of those, Tesla will not be producing these EV trucks. Despite record earnings and output during the second quarter of 2021, Tesla is facing logistical challenges like many companies around the world. While the revenue has continued to grow, the company is having a hard time adding more verticals to what is already such an impressive lineup of EV products. The Cybertruck will be one of the company's best products, but Musk says that manufacturing them would be hard, but Tesla is set to double its sale volume next year, which means that hopefully this was the last year where we would associate Tesla with manufacturing delays. But with regards to the Roadster, we are as eager and excited as anyone to see its launch, but at the same time, understand the company's need to diligently go through its verticals step by step rather than rushing into things that could backfire.